Hi, it's Sherry again. Yesterday we talked about people pleasing. Today, let's talk about boundaries. Hello, it's Sherry again. Okay, so yesterday we talked about people pleasing. We talked about why we do it, how to not do it a little bit. Today, let's talk about boundaries because boundaries are the keys to your castle. They are the thing that are going to keep people respecting you. They are the thing that are going to stop the people pleasing once and for all. If you do not do anything else, figure out what your boundaries need to be and make them much, much more firm, and your entire life will change. I promise it. Now, one of the misconceptions about boundaries is that people with strong boundaries are control freaks, and that they are unpleasant to be around, and that they are assholes and really selfish. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. The people who say that kind of stuff, that shit about people who have strong boundaries, are people who are not getting what they want from the person who has strong boundaries. Period. They are people who are used to using that person, and now they're not able to get their supply met. It's like drug addicts. It's horrible. So if that is something that you're worried about or that you've been accused of in the past when you tried to stand up for yourself, rest assured, it is not you, it is them. Period. The second piece of this is that, yes, you may find that when you are telling people your boundaries and showing up for yourself in this way, that other people respond negatively. They don't like it very much, but it's not about you. They're going to call you names. They're probably going to call you a bitch. They're probably going to call you an unpleasant person. They're going to call you selfish. They're going to call you all of the things that we just talked about. They're going to call you that when you start this process. But it is, again, not about you. This is about the fact that you are taking your power back from them and you are making them be responsible for their own choices. And nobody wants to be responsible for themselves. We all want someone else to do things for us. We all want someone else to take care of us. The secret is that if you are always the one who takes care of everyone else in your life, you're also the most miserable and unhappy. And I don't want that for you. You don't want that for you. So knock it off, please. Just knock it the fuck off. And I'm sorry for swearing, but dear Lord, stop it. You deserve more. Now, one more thing that I just want to touch base on with this is that as you start to develop your boundaries and you start to say no to people, saying no is really terrifying. And so not only are you going to get pushback from other people, you're going to get pushback from yourself as well. Because our inner child is used to doing things a certain way because it feels safe, it feels comfortable, it feels like that must be the way to get other people to love us. It is so freaking wrong. They won't love you when you are a pushover. They won't love you more for doing everything for them. They're not going to thank you. They're not going to give you what you need. And what you need is respect, self-confidence, and to love yourself. And you can't have any one of those three things if you're a pushover people pleaser who has shitty boundaries and lets other people take advantage of them. You just can't. It's not physically possible. I wish it was for your sake, but it really isn't. And here's a confession from a former people pleaser, a former boundary challenged people pleaser. I know of what I speak because this was me for most of my life. This was me when I was little. This was me when I was like 5 years old in kindergarten, doing whatever anybody else asked of me. This was me when I was 10, 11 years old, and every household responsibility was put on my shoulders, from cooking and cleaning and making grocery lists and making sure that my sister, who was like my daughter, who's only 4 years younger than me, but making sure that she got to school, that she got home from school, that she was fed at lunch, knowing where she was at all times. And then in romantic relationships, taking care of everyone else's needs and ignoring my own. At jobs too. I made a career out of being the person who knew everything, the person who could fix everything, the person who could do every job in every office I ever worked in. How much do you think my employers actually valued that? Zero. They don't care that you are a kick-ass, take no prisoners management type who can also do admin grunt work and do reception and knows how to fix the photocopier and knows how to make coffee and they see all of that grunt work stuff, and their minds go to, that's what you're capable of. So a lot of times, even though I was capable of management level work as well, a lot of times I would get passed over for that simply because I showed my skills in all of the lower level stuff as well. Because I was a people pleaser. Because if somebody said, I need this done, I would do it. And that is not healthy. Now, my marriage as well. I was a people pleaser. Whatever he wanted, I gave him. And it was a recipe for disaster. Because here's the biggest secret, that the one that nobody tells you about when you are a people pleaser. When you give everyone else anything that they ask the minute that they ask for it, and you never ask for anything in return, people actually feel a little guilty about taking advantage of you, and they turn that back on you, and then they start to resent you because you make them feel less comfortable in their skin because you are not demanding respect. People don't actually like to not respect other people. They will push you, they will push the limits of your boundaries at all times. But when you give in, you actually create a situation where you're not happy and they're not happy too. So really, at the end of the day, strong boundaries are absolutely the number one way to both be happy yourself and to make other people truly happy. Not just surface level happy for the moment, but truly deep in their soul happy. Because they're able to respect you more, and that in turn makes people feel more comfortable in their own skin. We want to be around people who are not pushovers, who make us feel like we are earning their respect, who make us feel like they're earning our respect as well. So this is why boundaries are so incredibly important. And I hope that this has helped a little bit. Tomorrow, stay tuned. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to actually do some of this stuff. So I hope you'll stick around. Bye.